Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope all of you have had a fantastic week. I'm actually not recording this on a Sunday because I am on a trip. My girlfriend and I are going hiking this upcoming weekend, so I'm actually recording this before the weekend. So hopefully we're having fun. I hope it's a good trip. I'm really looking forward to it. We planned it a couple months ago, so really excited to get out there and do something a little bit different. I'm not a big hiker, so really excited to do it. But this week, I wanted to come on here and talk to you about something I've noticed recently, and actually just over time in general, that it's really caught my attention and something that I've been trying to work on myself that I think is really important in today's day and age in the modern world with technology and whatnot. So, I'm someone who likes to try and control their screen time, right? And I say try because I'm not always successful. Obviously, it's very difficult with us being so connected to the internet, so connected to our phones, so connected to our computers, so connected to our TVs and media in general, right? I mean, we are just very connected, is actually a great word to use, connected. And this connection, I feel like, is good and bad. And, it's great because we get to talk to people and see people's lives that we want to keep up on without always having to talk to them, right? It's like we get a little news flash here and there of other people's lives. We get instant feedback about our favorite things, right? If you're a sports fan, you get sports news and um, YouTube and movies and TV shows, right? Your phone and technology is great for a lot of things. But one thing it's not so great for is stealing your attention in moments where maybe it's not very appropriate. Recently, I've actually started to be more conscious of this attention stealing. And what I mean is that in moments where I probably shouldn't have my phone out, I like to put my phone away and watch what other people do in those moments. And my girlfriend actually makes fun of me sometimes for this because I try to act all like stoic and stuff like that. Like, oh, I put my phone away and you guys didn't. But seriously, right? I remember being up north, right? And I'm around a campfire with my family. And I mean, we are in the middle of the wilderness, and there's a fire crackling, and life is so simple and so relaxing in those moments, right? But I put my phone down and I look around, and everybody is glued to their screens. I mean, it's funny when you really look at it. It looks like dystopian, right? Their faces are getting lit up with this light, like they're being fed all this information, right? Like being overloaded. It looks like a test subject. And when life is supposed to be simple, like those in those moments, things that were created for human bonding and for connection with the world and with nature and with everything, it seems like those are the moments where we're the most glued to our phones, right? The moments that we wish we had. The moments where we say, oh, I really need to relax lately, or I really wish I had something to calm me down. It seems like in those moments, all we want to do is plug in rather than put down. And I don't know why, because it really doesn't make much sense. Why in those moments would we choose to plug in? Why would we choose to overload our brain with information in a moment that is supposed to be so simple? Right? Why not put your phone down? Why not observe the world? Why not be bored? Right? There's just no way that intaking that much information is good for you. Right? Or like at dinner, for example, right? You go out to dinner with somebody you haven't seen in a while, or lunch, or whatever it may be, right? Another place I've tend to notice it the most is as soon as there's a dull point in a conversation, or you know the something gets brought up that maybe you're not very interested in, people just seem to pick up their phones and plug into something else. I mean, how awful is that, right? How bad is that? Think about all the conversations you're missing out on, all the memories you're missing out on, right? Think about it in 50, 60, hopefully years, 70. I mean, as long as possible. When you're thinking back about your life, you're thinking how much time you wasted that you had with people in your life that you don't have anymore because you were glued to your phone. It's kind of crazy, right? I mean, we're talking hours, days, maybe even years that you didn't even get to enjoy the world because you were attached and looking at a device, feeding you with information that at the end of the day doesn't really matter. And I know that was very rambly, right? And there was a lot to kind of digest there, but basically overall was what I'm trying to say is that it seems that as people we like to pull our phones out, technology out, whatever it may be, in situations where maybe it would just be better if we kept it away. Maybe it would be better if we just put it down. Maybe it would be better if we were just bored. Maybe it would be better if we just looked at another person and didn't immediately know what to say and try and cover it up with picking up our phone, right? Maybe it would be better that when sitting around a campfire, you're actually talking and telling stories and being in each other's presence rather than checking up on what your favorite social media influencer did today, right? Maybe at dinner, instead of pulling up a YouTube video to watch, maybe you have a conversation with your brother or sister or mom or dad before you move out. Maybe when you go to get lunch or dinner with that one friend, instead of picking up the phone to try and distract yourself from whatever story they're telling you, actually listen and get something out of it. And all these moments where our instinct, our desire, our habit is to pick up our phones, maybe instead we need to be more conscious of putting them away. And it's hard. Of course it's hard. I mean, we not only are so used to it, but every single day technology and people are working to make these things harder to put down. But so I guess it's better to start early. I don't want to die and look back upon my life and think about all the time that I wasted digesting information that didn't matter at the end of my life. I actually, this past week, deleted TikTok and Instagram and really only left the social medias that I don't even touch. Facebook. I don't touch Facebook, right? And Snapchat, because, I mean, unfortunately, I grew up in a generation where everybody I know, I don't have anybody's numbers, but I have everybody's Snapchat, right? But regardless, I've kept the social medias that don't steal my attention away. And it's only been a few days, but I already feel so much better. And what does that tell you? So my whole point in making this video is just a reminder that sometimes it's better to put it down. You don't always need that information. There exist things outside of that you probably need more. So I invite you to take on the challenge of, instead of following along with what everybody else is doing and picking up your phone and trying to distract yourself from a moment, be the person to put your phone down and start a conversation with somebody that forces them to put it down. And enjoy the moment. Enjoy life's boring moments. You don't always need it to be super exciting. You don't always need to plug in. And see how you feel. Because I've started to do it more lately, and I can tell you what, I feel a lot better. But that's going to do it. Just a little reminder that technology is great. Our phones are great. But they also cause a lot of harm that we have to make sure we watch out for when we're living our lives. But I hope all of you have a great week. I hope you have something that you're looking forward to. I hope that good things happen. Because we all need good things to happen, right? And even if bad things happen, remind yourself, bad things are just the things that make good things seem so good. That's what I like to tell myself, right? But that's going to do it. Take care.